Welcome back to another Right Nice Pint beer review, but this time it's a little bit different. It's not quite beer reviewing we're doing today. We had a subscriber, I actually had noted the name somewhere, but it's gone. But someone had seen that I'd been rinsing. This is stuck to the table. I want to lift it up. It won't lift up because it's a little bit stuck. This is not going well. Come on, up and up with you. There we go. That's much better. Right. Someone had noticed that I was doing a lot of rinsing with my glasses before I was pouring pints on the Blade machine, and someone said, can you tell me a little bit more, or tell us a little bit more about the glass washer, where you can get it, that kind of thing, and what it looks like, what you do with it, what you're putting into it, and the benefits of it. So I'm going to do a quick video on this, and what we're going to do after is another video showing you how to pour on the Blade system, and that is the way I'm going to pour it. I'm going to pour it just like Heineken, well, the way Heineken have suggested you pour it, because there's a certain way you pour it in Amsterdam, the way they suggest you pour it, the way you get what they say, the best from the beer. Other beers like Stella Artois do a thing like a nine step pour, and when you do apply these to the beer, you do get better tasting beer as well. So we will get to that in another video. But today I just want to show you very quickly some of the accessories that we have for the Blade, and in particular the glass washer. So this is the Blade glass washer. However, there are many other ones you can get that don't have Blade on it. This is just one of their fancier ones. Cost about 60 quid. Got it from Amsterdam. Got it from the Blade site in Amsterdam. A friend of mine took an order, sent it over to me here in Ireland, so that's how I got hold of this. However, I think you might be able to get this off, I'm going to say Mr. Blade Machine, because he does ship to the Republic of Ireland. So if you are looking for stuff like this that you can't get from the likes of Beerwolf, who are the Blade suppliers now in the UK, he's a good guy. He's got a lot of, and there's Bentley Collectibles as well in the Netherlands. They've got a lot of stuff like that. But there are cheaper alternatives to this. This is about 60 or 70 euro to buy. I don't know what the shipping is. And at the end of the day, this is plastic. It's just plastic with a few bristles in there, and you just fill it up with water. And just water, by the way. You don't fill it up with detergent or anything, unless you want to actually clean the glasses and leave them sitting drip dry and stuff. I wouldn't be doing that. But 60 quid, it is a bit steep for something like this. To be honest, it kind of is. I think at the time that I got it, I also got this too. So this is the skimmer bucket. You got a skimmer. I can't remember, did this come as a set actually at the time? May have. But check out Bentley Collectibles and Mr. Beer Machine if you're getting stuff sent to the Republic of Ireland. And in the UK, I don't know if Beerwolf have this, or I don't know if you can get stuff on the Blade website to get the stuff in the UK. I'm not 100% sure. You might want to just check that out. But for me, I got this, a friend of mine sent this over from the Netherlands, and I think this came as a set. It was about 70 quid or something like that. Now, what do you need these for? So the glass rinser, okay, very straightforward in terms you could clean your glasses through using a detergent with hot water and leave them drip dry. But what they suggest in actual pour, the proper pour for Heineken, is that you actually rinse your glass first to cool the glass down and gets rid of any grease or anything like that. Forms a hydrophilic layer as well in the glass, which helps head retention and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really good. I've tried it on the advice of the Heineken Draft Master, who is Frank Avers, who also has a channel on YouTube. If you want to check that out, he goes through all the science behind it. And it works. Yeah, it does a really, really good job. The only thing I will say about this is, so right, okay, I've got 3 different Heineken glasses here. So if you're a Heineken Blader, this is a 250ml glass. Yes, fits perfectly in here. Does a really good job at cleaning the 250ml glass. Gets all the way through. Does a great job at it. Now, I haven't put any water into this yet, so it's actually dry there at the minute. Next, this is the Heineken glass that I got with the machine. When I ordered this Blade first, I got 24 pint glasses of Heineken pint glasses. I got 4 kegs as well of Heineken, €520 what that cost me. Now, this does not go all the way. It doesn't reach, the pint glass itself does not reach all the way, so it is a little bit difficult at times if there are little specks or whatever that, you know, you're not reaching the bottom. So it is a bit disappointing in that sense that you're not actually, in this glass, you're not getting all the way. However, if you fill it up with enough water, you will, you know, you'll certainly rinse the bottom of the glass, but it is a little bit tricky. So some people do use they rinse their glasses a little bit differently. They use the brush itself. You can buy the brushes, not this particular brush, but you can buy the bristle brush, and you can just do it that way yourself in the sink if you want. You can do that if you want. But I did, like, this is the glass that my local bar would use for Heineken. Not that I took it out of it. I didn't take it out of it. But this is what they use for the Heineken. So most of the Heineken, most of the bars are using this glass for Heineken, certainly in Ireland anyway. I don't know where you use this one, but anyway, this is the Heineken glass that they use certainly in the local bar here. And that does pretty much go all the way. So in that sense, it's not too bad. So it does actually go all the way. But it's sometimes a little bit tricky, you know, you just don't get it doesn't get the very, very, very bottom, certainly with that glass. So just be aware of that when you are purchasing it. There are plenty of benefits. I've seen a big benefit in terms of, like, when you're using it for your glasses, you need clean beer glasses. You need the glasses to be clean for better head retention, because you're going to have a better experience with your beer at the end of the day. So I do recommend doing that, and I also recommend trying to try and skim it as well. There is a science behind it. Apparently, there's a couple of different things. There's an acid at the top of the foam in the head of the beer that goes to the top of the foam, and if you skim that off, one of the things you're doing is you're getting rid of that acid, and that acid apparently causes your body to go into dehydration mode, which causes you to then break the seal, and therefore also causes the hangover. It can contribute to your hangover the next day if you're out and having a session of Heineken. By the way, always drink responsibly. Let's just add that bit in. So yeah, I do recommend these. These are nice added bits for the Blade. Rinsing the glass before you pour, you may not see as much bubbles flying through the glass. That is one thing. It seems to tame it slightly. However, if you were to use a glass that wasn't properly clean and you poured a pint, you're going to see bubbles sticking to the glass within a pint glass. And I find this really difficult now when I go to a bar, because if I go to a bar and the pubs are open and you get a pint, I look at the pint and I'm like, oh my god, first of all, very little head on it, head retention isn't great, bubbles are sticking to the glass, which means it's a dirty glass, not a properly clean glass. And that's something to look out for as well, because that'll contribute to how long the head is actually going to stay in the beer. And this is just maybe a little experiment for you to try out with a glass. If you get a glass and you just say, for example, you put something that was maybe a little bit sticky or greasy on your finger, and you just put a print on the inside, or on the inside of the glass, try and pour a pint into it then, without rinsing it first of all, okay? Just keep it a dry glass, but you've done that. You'll notice that the CO2 bubbles, the carbon dioxide within the pint, is actually going to stick to that, where you touched it with your greasy finger. It's really weird. I don't know why it does that. So someone asked me just to have a little look at when I look a little bit more into the glass rinser, and yeah, it's very important when you're using something like this or the Perfect Glass system. I recommend getting one, a glass rinser. Lots of my friends now are doing that, since I showed them some of the pints that I've been pouring off this, and they've seen a big difference. They're like, And it's great. People are really into pouring the perfect pint at home now when they do have machines like this. They want to do it right. They don't want to be doing it half-arsed. They want to do it the correct way and have the best experience. And that's why I'd recommend one of these. It doesn't have to be the Blade one. You can get other ones as well. They're very similar. Just look up glass rinsers. And if you ever go to Amsterdam and you go to the Heineken experience, you'll notice they are actually rinsing the glass before they pour it. Same if you go to, for example, with Stella Artois. They're doing the same thing with Stella. Most of those bars out in on the continent, they do it, and they do it correctly because they understand the science behind it and they know why it should be poured like that. You go to bars in Ireland and the UK and they don't really do that. They don't really believe in having much head in the pint either. But anyway, we are going to do a continental pour in the next video, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Just another look in there. It is literally just loads of bristles in there. You fill it up with cold water when you're using this. You don't put detergent in if you're home rinsing before the pouring a pint of Heineken or whatever. You use cold water. Okay, very important. You don't put detergent in or anything before you, especially fairy liquid. Don't do that. Never do that. Fairy liquid creates a bit of a scum on the glass. Don't use fairy liquid. Okay. Actually, people have asked me about glass cleaning as well. I use a thing called Renovate, and I put a little bit of Renovate in. No, this isn't every time you clean the glasses, by the way, but this is just like every now and again. I leave glasses sitting in Renovate. Just mix it in with the water, put it through the bristles, rinse it then with cold water. Make sure you do a really good rinse, and it'll be singing to you. You'll see they're shining. You hear them, like when you're touching the glass, you can hear them nearly singing to you. They're that clean. So that's just a little bit of advice from me. If you have a different opinion, leave a comment on the video. I hope this has helped in some way. And as always, make sure to hit like if you've enjoyed it and hit subscribe as well. We've got more videos to come, including the next one, which is how to pour the perfect pint on your blade. That's the next video. Okay, cheers, have a great evening.